is Dinner for Schmucks. This could be an interesting difference of opinion as well. Who's introducing this one?
You can. I did the last one.
Sure.
All right, Matt, what is it about?
So this is a remake of a French film called The Dinner Game, and it's about a guy played by Paul Rudd who, in order to get ahead at his company, among other things, needs to find some kind of idiot to bring to a dinner party hosted by his boss because they're having a contest as to who can find the biggest idiot. And so, of course, he finds an idiot played by Steve Carell, who is hilarious, and we should watch the trailer.
All right, how do I look? Ready?
A little sweaty.
Post it?
He's eating paper! No!
There's a better place, one floor up. Today's the day. I'm gonna get the promotion.
Does that mean this is my new office?
Not yet. I host a dinner once a month.
We can do Saturday.
It's not really a girlfriend type thing. You invite idiots to dinner and make fun of them?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is messed up.
I know.
So you told them you're not going?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Why can't you just suck it up, make fun of some idiots?
Sometimes you have to do the right thing. Are you okay?
Yeah! I saw this little guy in the street and I was trying to save him from masterpieces.
Amazing.
In the words of John Lennon, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not.
The only one.
The only what?
That's the lyric. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
I don't think so, Tim.
Are you doing that dinner?
I'm sorry. I'll tell him dinner's off.
Oh, my God.
Let it go!
I feel like I'm in The Shining. Oh my God, my back.
Is it your back? You are tight.
I got in a fight with my girlfriend. I'd appreciate it if you just left.
Well, who's gonna help you with Julie? Be careful around this guy. He can tell what you're thinking.
I've studied the human mind. I've learned how to read it and ultimately control it.
Oh, I can't move.
Oh, buried move. Just move.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
I release you.
Oh.
All right, dinner's about to start.
There's been a complication.
Julie!
You invited him to that dinner to impress your boss.
He's a sweet guy, but he's a tornado of destruction.
Are you sure you want to do this?
That's what friends do.
Tim, I'd like to introduce my friend Louis and his wife Diane.
Your wife?
For now.
Oh,
Dinner is served.
mind control.
I am very, very powerful.
Best dinner ever.
Sometimes I think you think I'm an idiot.
All right. So we have a little difference of opinion on this one, I think. I was waiting to not like it in a lot of ways, but I want to get to that in a second. Christy, let's start with you. What was your issues and what did you like?
Well, the original is so great. The original, I think, is a classic French farce in a lot of ways, and it won like 6 Caesar Awards. It's just sharp and mean and biting and funny, the original that we're talking about here. And it satirizes societal pretensions very intelligently, and it moves really well. It's quick. It's only like 80 minutes long. This is nearly 2 hours and does not need to be, and really, really feels like it. It takes all these detours. It's kind of not mean enough for my liking. It's kind of more about slapstick comedy than it is about any kind of intelligent humor. And I don't know, it pales by comparison in a lot of ways.
It didn't have the intelligent humor of Cats and Dogs.
It did not. We're talking apples and oranges here.
Okay, no, apples and
Cats
oranges.
and schmucks,
Okay.
very different creatures.
Totally true, totally true. All right, Matt, what do you think?
You know, I'm close to where Christie's opinion is on this. I found that it was a little toothless compared to the French film. But that being said, I did enjoy it. It had me laughing. You know, I was following the characters when things would get escalated. I had those moments of, oh no, and it really was, and I found, okay, so I'm getting involved in these characters. I loved Steve Carell's character. It's like he's playing Michael Scott. He's very close. I found that this could be, that Barry, his character in this movie, could be Michael Scott's idiot brother, right? He's sweeter and yet even more insane, and that worked for me. Now, that being said, and I should also mention that Zach Galifianakis was also hilarious. Zach was also great. But at times I felt like it could have been a little bit sharper, and it probably does go a little bit long, and it started to feel a little bit like I Love You Man to me, partly because it's Paul Rudd and it's a very similar story about a guy with kind of a wacky friend, but this is the seriously wacky friend. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Now, Steve Carell makes it a lot better than it has any right to be.
Yes.
Because I think he's a very smart, sensitive comic actor, and he finds nuance, he finds complexity, so he's not insufferably obnoxious in this. Like, you like him. And his little dioramas with the little dead mice he's gotten all dressed up are actually kind of beautiful, hilarious.
And they're really bizarre, and yet really kind of compelling in a weird way. And I have to say, one of the things is, you know, this is directed by the guy,
Jay Roach.
Jay Roach, who directed Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers, neither of which I particularly care for. And the style,
the Austin Powers movies.
Which I do like.
Right,
but the style of comedy where it's based on people being uncomfortable with each other, that has only really ever worked for me in the Inspector Clouseau movies and Austin Powers, and really here. And I think it's a big part of Steve Carell's appeal that he makes this movie work. Because a different actor would make this really hard to take, I think.
Okay, now I got to regulate. Okay.
No, you're not regulating. You're janking it up.
Okay.
Now you will jank this up.
They are doing a disservice to this movie. Okay, I came in skeptical. Why? Now, I really like Steve Carell, but his last couple of movies I felt were a little schwang wang wang. He's doing, you know, the Steve Carell character a little bit. It's a little over the top. It's not that funny. I wish it were funnier, right? I enjoyed some of the movies, but I didn't love them, right? Of course, 40-Year-Old Virgin was great. He's great in The Office. And I was like, come on, give me Steve Carell and knock it out of the... But I wasn't expecting him to knock it out of the park. And then there was a lot of slapstick in the trailer, and I don't really like slapstick that much, right? And then it's a little formulaic, and I still thought it was formulaic. You know, then he has an issue with the girlfriend, then he has an issue with the buddy, and then they... That's not going to surprise you, right? But I thought it was flat out funny, like much funnier than I expected. I even got one of those uncomfortable situations like I did in Old School where I was still laughing and the rest of the audience wasn't.
Which joke was it? Do you recall what joke it was?
No, a couple of times where the audience had stopped laughing and I'm still laughing, and then my wife's like...
Because Wendy's smart, and she's like, it's not that funny, Jank, calm down.
I think I heard you in that screening.
Oh, is that?
We were in the same screening.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That was me.
That's Jank thinking this is funnier than really... No, I did enjoy the movie. I don't want you to get me wrong. I did enjoy it. I think the movie's got some serious flaws. I think that it goes on too long, and it's not as sharp as it could be for what the point of the movie is, which I think, you know, kind of saying that corporate mentality, that screw everybody, take no prisoners corporate mentality, can make you really lonely and really turn you into someone you don't want to be, right?
Right.
That being said, the movie's really funny, and I was there for it. I gave it a 6. I'm just going ahead with my rating right now.
Yeah.
Take the reins.
I gave it a 6, which, you know, is, for me, a recommendation. Go see it. I think the movie's got problems, but it absolutely is. Go see it.
Here's when I know I like a comedy. When I think, I want to get that DVD, like I want to at least rent the DVD on Netflix. Netflix.com/TYT. I haven't said a word. If you want to, you know, get a free trial membership. All right, anyway, I want to rent it on DVD because I want to hear the jokes again, right? And I got to that point, and I was like, no, I like this movie. And Steve Carell was great. Zach was good. Paul Rudd was classic Paul Rudd. You know, that's what he does. My one problem with it is kind of something that Christy alluded to, is that it's very ironic because the point of the movie is don't make fun of these idiots, except we're all laughing at these idiots. I mean, you know, see what I'm saying? The comedy of the movie is against the theme of the movie. Okay, but I live with it because I liked it. I gave it an 8.2.
Wow, that's crazy talk. Okay, so but the idiots are there to be embraced in the end. It's sort of like the end of Revenge of the Nerds win. It's kind of like that. I'm giving it a 5, right? Did I give it a 5? Yes, I gave it a 5. I did indeed. Paul Rudd in this is kind of going to waste. He's the straight man, of course, because everyone's totally weird around him, but he's drawn so plainly that I didn't care whether he suffered or succeeded. I didn't care at all. And the situations that were all uncomfortable were that way because they were boring and not because these two guys were in bad situations together.
Heavy words. Don't listen to her. Okay.
I'm just here to hang out. Don't listen to me, please.
I mean, look, what is she? She's the professional.
Whatever.
Okay.
They pay me money sometimes. That's cool.
All right. Of course, as usual, if there's someone you shouldn't listen to, it's usually me. But I didn't see the French original. Okay. To be fair, maybe the French original is a lot better. Oui. So.
Quel dommage.
Okay. So the final average is a 6.4, leaving you with the sense that, yeah, you know what? It's a pretty good movie. It's kind of funny, but it might depend on your taste. You know? So you might really like it, and you might think it's schwang, wang, wang. I guess you're going to have to see it and find out. All right, we'll see you guys next week.